Hello, my name's Charlie. I play in a group called Cybernetic Warlock. Today I'm going to show you how to change the strings on a simple guitar bridge. This is a guitar I recently bought. It is a Dinky, so small guitar. Anyway, I'm a little bit into this process right now, so you start by just loosening your tuning keys. Loosen them up. Get them down there. You want to be even on the tension on the neck. Make sure you're not warping anything. So, you just pull down the tuning key, get the string nice and loose, like so. And you wind it around, pull it off. Do it so in turn for all the rest of the strings. Now, I mean, the tension on the neck doesn't really matter for an electric guitar because there's a truss rod, a steel rod in the middle right here that holds the neck in place and makes sure that it doesn't get distorted or warped. Some of your acoustic guitars are not going to have one of these, so like your Martins, your higher end Martins are not going to have a truss rod, so those guitars you do not want to leave with the strings off, because the neck will warp and the guitar will be ruined. So I've almost got this down. So here we have it. Here's my electric with the strings removed. And it's an electric. So you can have an electric with the strings removed for as long as you want. It doesn't matter. The truss rod will take care of all the warping. So the strings insert into these holes in the back. This is a very simple type of mechanism. The more complicated ones, like the Floyd Roses, I'm going to make a video on how to change those strings, because it's not easy and it's not straightforward. But this is a pretty easy job right here. So here are my strings. I'm playing metal and I'm down tuning to C. So the lower you tune, the heavier the gauge strings you want to get. So these are Ernie Ball Power Slinky 11 gauge. 11 is a good gauge. 10 is about the lightest you ever want to go. 9 is way too light, I think. So each string has a gauge. This is 18.18 inches. They start at 0.11 inches. So I'm going to start by getting the two extreme strings, the 1 and the 6, put on there. Because even though there's a truss rod, you do want to get into the practice of evenly stringing the guitar. So once on each side. So it just inserts into this hole right here. You pull it through, and then the ball, there's a ball at the end of the string that stops it. So you got that inserted. And now I'm just going to go ahead and put all the strings on the bridge before I even put them on the tuning keys. Which is pretty much the easiest way to change your strings. we got the D, which is not going to be a D. It's going to be one step lower. Oh, wrong hole. We have the 18. Now you can feel free to customize your string gauges however you want. You know, some bands, like Sonic Youth, who use a number of non-standard tunings, they use a whole set of custom gauges. So you would have to buy a bunch of different string packs with all different gauges, and then select your strings from those string packs. You know, Sonic Youth has tunings like F sharp, E, 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 B. You know, crazy tunings like that. I don't like those tunings. I prefer to just play them in standard. But you know, in my particular guitar style, I tend to play with dropped tunings. So the low string tuned one whole step down. And you know, the advantage of that is that it makes the guitar a lot easier to play by enabling the bar chord. And it also makes the guitar just a little bit more sensible, if that makes sense. Like, it just makes it a little bit more. You can tune, you know, typically the fourth string is tuned to a minor third instead of a perfect fourth above the previous string. That kind of makes the guitar a little less regular. You can use an all-fourths tuning, which makes every chord shape movable across the entire neck. So, I'm almost done here. Just inserting. I mean, you get the idea of how this is done. It's very simple, you know. Guitars are designed to be pretty easy to use for the experienced user. So now, we have here the headstock. Now I'm going to insert my strings into my tuning keys. So, each tuning key has a hole, tiny little hole. And now I just insert it, and then I gotta somehow tie it in. Many, many, many different ways to tie. The simplest way is just to pull the string over and pull it up, kind of like a shoelace. My method, though, what I like to do is I like to pull a little bit of slack on, and then I do it like this. I take my palm, pull the string like this, and then I go woof over like that, and then I push down. Very, very easy. You know, it looks a lot more complicated than it actually is when the hand does it. But you know, every guitarist has kind of their signature way of tying the string onto the tuning key. So. You just tune it up, move it all the way up, and you get it to the note, but it's not going to stay on that note. So that's my E. You can either use a tuner, or if you have a good sense of pitch, like I do, you can tune by ear. Very few guitarists tune by ear, though. So, you know, you just go in turn, each string, one at a time. Once again, I'm doing this. I'm like that. So, it makes it a very simple process. You always want to make sure that this tip right here is on top of the string, because that's going to keep it from coming off the tuning key. And you see, I hold the string like this. That way I maintain enough tension for the tuning key to take up. If you just let it go, it's not going to go. Like, it's not going to work. You need to have that tension. And, you know, you don't need to worry about breaking the string. Guitar strings are extremely robust. You know, they're mostly made of a nickel cobalt alloy that's extremely strong. It's very difficult to break a guitar string with your bare hands. Surprisingly, guitar strings tend to break when you tune down, not when you tune up. It's actually when you tune lower that guitar strings will break. So if you tune down to like C or B with like 10 gauge strings, you're going to have broken strings very quickly. It's a paradoxical situation. It's because the strings need the tension. They need enough tension. Without the tension, they're going to break. So. All right. Yep. Now I have two strings on my guitar, which if you're like a metal artist is enough to play a little bit. I'll come back to you when I'm done.